Why is property management so bad? I'm Tim Diesel, commercial real estate consultant, and today I want to talk to you about property management, which does get discussed, and I know you've heard about it a few times and some of the horror stories, but I want to get into some of the slight variances you can see and you can take advantage of. So, property management, and what we'll do is I want to break this down into multifamily, and I want to also get into retail a little bit different. So generally, let's just get this off the table. If you have one tenant in a warehouse, you probably don't need a property manager. Let's say it's more of an office building and maybe retail, right? So let's just focus on those two. And if you have a property management company, right? So you have a bigger property, and so you have to have a company, you have to hire them. Well, they have to get paid, depending on the size of the property, they get paid a salary, and then they get paid a percentage of whatever comes in. Because if the property's too big, you're not going to be able to do it yourself. Now, I've never really been the type to think if you're making an extra 5 or 7%, whatever it is they're charging you, that's really going to get you over the edge. No, the biggest thing about this is control. You got to have control of your property. And what I've talked about many times, and I even have this in my book, and if you have any questions on it, please email me or reach out to me and I'll break this down for you even further. You want to create your own management team. And doesn't matter how experienced you are, ideally, if you have control of your property, it's going to make things much, much easier. You want to have your own team, you want to have your own systems as much as you can. And it's difficult to grow your property with a management team. I don't want to say it's not possible, it's difficult. So it's a little bit different in retail, right? If you have a triple net tenant, you can probably do that yourself. It's much, much simpler. If you have an office building and there's 50 offices, you probably need more hands helping you. Now, let's shift gears to multifamily real quick. The thing with multifamily, if you've got a 10 or a 15 unit, a professional management company is probably not going to work. It's just not going to make sense. So you've got to get bigger. And I'm sure everyone's heard you got to have 100 units or 200 units. Well, that's true because they have to make money to make it worthwhile. And then if you think about this, if you're the person grinding them down to 3 and 4%, and they've got another client that they're getting more money out of, you're usually not going to get the preferred treatment. And that's just the way it is. So try not to grind them too much is kind of where I'm telling you on there. But even if you did and you love them and they're great, it's very difficult to grow your property. It just is, because there's going to be a markup every time there's a repair, and rightfully so, right? They have to make money because that's how they get paid. So they need to have multiple units, and usually there's only 1 or 2 people and there's like 400 properties out there. So it's very difficult. Now, if you have your own management team and your own company, you've got a lot more control and you know exactly what's going on. Now, you may not know what's happening with every single tenant, but you've got someone in charge that you can go to, and that gives you a lot of control over your property. So property management is really difficult. Even if you were going to start a property management business, it's very, very difficult, because even if you picked up a couple of great accounts, you're not going to make as much as you think you're going to make. You got to have really like 1,000 units or something to really make it make serious sense. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions on anything, please let me know. Thank you.